You're listening to Dungeons, Divas, and Delinquents. My name is Blake Dennis, and I will be your dungeon master throughout this tale of grand adventure, grim heroism, strange allies, and grey morals. Joining us on this adventure are...
I'm Jesse Nitchkey, and I'm playing Click Boom, your specialized Kenku fighter.
I'm Thomas Teter, and I play Shados Cockburn, a swashbuckling tiefling bard.
I'm Emily Hornyak, playing A, the High Elf Protection Cleric.
I'm Sarah Holloman, and I play Ylorhana, and I'm your resident rogue.
I'm Kai from Hex and Slash on Instagram. I play a water genasi monk named Lapis Lazulli. Or do I?
And I'm Rebecca Meacham, and I will be playing your resident Goliath barbarian, Restrana, Lord Killer, Calthagarenthee, und das ist meine Golden Eagle, Nazula, Vollblinder, Calthagarenthee.
Now, without further ado, let's dive into Eddonia.
Alright, welcome back everybody after a long 2 weeks. So, to just get a recap going, we started off our tale with a group of very unlikely adventurers from all walks of life converging in the town of Waeldstone in the country known as Eddonia. While everyone congregated and the town was seemingly getting ready for an upcoming festival at the end of the week, a local bandit group came into the town and demanded increased pay to guarantee their protection in the town of Waeldstone. Naturally, the town was not privy to this idea, and in response, this group, who had called themselves the Sabres, unleashed havoc upon the town, burning everything in sight, slaughtering innocents, taking people, taking objects, looting everything. The party managed to fight them off for a good while, until stumbling across the first shop that they've come to, the Clank Tank, where they met fellow Waeldstone resident Ian, or by his full name, Ianric, a disabled wood elf. It was there that everyone got a more in-depth view as to the problems of Waeldstone, and eventually the town's protector, Lila, the half-orc paladin, came to the party asking for their aid in driving out the Sabres. The group looked at each other and agreed, considering this was to be the best action put forward, and they would get some money out of this deal. We come to the second of the month of Ludair, as everyone wakes up within the Crooked Trout. It is early morning, around 7 o'clock in the morning, and everyone is starting to rise out of bed. Let's see. I'm trying to think who would be the early risers of this group. Yeah, so in the dining area of the Crooked Trout, we see Click nuzzled up against her cloak and visage billowing across a bench that she's sitting upon. Click very much right attached to the hip. And coming down, putting her hair up into a bun, we see Lapis, who just looks around a bit, peeks behind the counter and grabs a bottle of something and walks over towards where A and Click are and just sits down, pops open the bottle.
I'm going to confusedly look at Click and go, he can't drink, can he?
You see A turn and sign to him, do you drink spirits?
Yes.
How old is he?
Old enough. Old enough to know who he is.
You know what? That's enough for me. You want some of this, what did Rest call it? Tequila? It's a new spirit we got in. It has some nice fiery kick to it.
Click is
I
going.
got some orange juice. I heard that makes a really good mixed drink. I think it's called a sunrise? Tequila sunrise? I think it's a Brooklyn thing.
I mean, it is sunrise. That makes sense that you drink orange juice in the morning.
I mean, yes. We're having that. And I'm going to make everybody tequila sunrises.
Okay, so as this happens, you notice your mother walk out from the kitchen, and she seems to be looking around, taking inventory, and she, without poking her head up over the bar, she goes, Lapis, did you see the special bottle anywhere?
I'm going to guess that I have the special bottle.
You do.
Okay. I'm gonna hide. She hasn't looked up from the bar, right?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna hide it after I make these drinks.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mom.
Okay, first, make a dexterity check to see how fast you can make these drinks, and then pair that with a sleight of hand check.
Are these saves?
No, it's just a straight dexterity check for the first one.
7.
So clumsily, you upon
Sorry,
hearing
I just woke up.
upon hearing Avery's voice, you suddenly snap into action and go the opposite corner around the bar to where your mother is to run into the kitchen, grab a couple tankards, and to the best of your knowledge, orange juice. It looked orange when you picked it up, but
Oh god.
Does it smell orange and sweet at least?
you're moving pretty fast, so it's
Okay.
kind of hard to tell at this point. So you go ahead and you mix the spirit together with this orange juice, and it's a little bit messy around the table, but you are able to get somewhat equal portion sizes to everybody at the table. It does seem like Click has the more tall end of everything,
Okay, so
whereas
just so you know, Click, Lapis is gonna pour this the way she pours her drinks, which is 50% alcohol, maybe 25% mixer, and that's the drink. Yeah.
and you
Nice.
you-
Yeah, 100% ice.
yeah, and
That's
looking
such
down,
a
it seems
sense.
like you, Lapis, have the smaller portion, Click has the much bigger portion, and A has a somewhat in between portion of it. And okay, now go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
Can
Well,
I smell it?
I haven't given you the drinks yet.
Okay.
This is me coming from the kitchen all the way up to you guys while making the drinks.
Okay.
So,
You notice your mother sort of shift her head a little bit towards your direction, and as that happens, you just sort of like duck your arm behind the bar to obscure the visage of the drinks that you made as well as the bottles. And she looks up at you and goes, "Oh, I must have taken it upstairs. That's silly of me."
you and Dad always did like to take your late night drinks up to bed.
Well, that's what happens when you have a daughter like you. And
Love you too, Mother!
she goes ahead and walks upstairs, and you manage to slip the bottle back in.
I'm gonna top off my drink and I'm gonna fill up A's with more alcohol then. If, like, when I see her go up and out of my sight, I'm gonna top off a little bit of mine and I'm gonna pour more into hers.
Okay. So you then approach the table with these 3 tankards filled with special sunrises for your new compatriots.
They taste really good, but we don't get this in very often, so I have to hide it.
Okay.
Wink.
I take a sniff of it.
Okay. Roll perception for me.
Okay. Fuck, I roll shit tonight.
Yes. Can I persuade her to drink it anyway?
Perception.
Yes.
That is a 19.
19.
My perception's real high. Sorry, love.
You don't even have to bring it up to your nose. Just the smell of it from that far away, you know that this is a very dangerous cocktail that she's just made.
Can I smell Clicks before he drinks it?
Let me get to what Lapis wants to do, and then we'll get back to that. So, you wanted to persuade her to drink it.
Either persuade her to drink it, or shape of water it in her face.
I'll let you do one of two of those things.
Fuck. I mean, my persuasion's only a +1. I'll take those odds. I'll try to persuade you.
Okay.
Or do I have to roll?
I'll see the grimace on your face, and I'll just go, it smells bad, but it tastes really good. It's like licorice. You like black licorice? I don't either, till you put it in your mouth.
Okay, so A, I'll need you to roll insight against this.
This is what? Persuasion?
Persuasion for you, yes.
Okay, 18.
18?
Insight.
Yes.
23.
I got an 18 on persuasion. And
Yeah.
You got a what on insight?
23.
Fuck your mother.
So, A doesn't even give you the time of day. She just, flutters her eyes up at you a bit, bats her eyelashes, and just scoots the drink across the table.
I hope you know that that's very rude in my country, and then I just take the drink from her and I just double fist.
Sorry, it's a bit early in the morning for something like this. Maybe later in the evening I would drink it, but I'm
a mid chug. You're trying to you're trying to mend the angry woman at this
Click,
point.
what are you doing during all this?
I'm trying to steal his drink because if mine was that bad, I'm stealing his and keeping him from drinking it.
You don't have to. Click looks over to you, doesn't pick up the drink, and just signs something to you to tell Lapis.
Aww. He says, she asked if I did, not if I wanted to right now.
Well, more for me, and I take all 3 drinks.
Okay, so this is what I need you to do then. For your drink, roll a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Okay. Ooh, that was a good one. Ooh, I rolled 2 ones. That's a 1. That's 2 double 1s.
Whoa!
One.
Crit fails both times?
Both.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that was with advantage.
So you take your drink in the middle of A's conversation and pound it down, and you feel fine, but in the back of your mind, you know the next 2 drinks are not going to be great. So for A's drink, I need you to just roll a straight Constitution saving throw.
Okay. $13.
13. So you managed to pound her drink back, and it tasted definitely a lot stronger than yours. You think you might have actually cut it with ale instead of orange juice.
Oh no.
So it tastes very, very, very peculiar this morning.
Oh, God. I'm
And
so glad I didn't drink that.
now I need you to roll Constitution saving throw with disadvantage for Click's drink.
Okay, so at this point, Lapis is just fat macking this, and if you don't know what a fat mac is, it's from Always Sunny in Philadelphia when he got really fat,
Name drop.
really sweaty, and he just got to like the prom or like the reunion show where he's just sweaty and like sitting there in the middle of the dance floor just going with his gut out. This is how Lapis feels.
Hearing...
utterly disgusting.
Does Lapis actually scream that?
No, she
Okay.
doesn't scream. She just kind of like at the end of each drink just goes, okay. The worse it gets, just goes, I've already done this.
So, go ahead, roll Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay, so that's 18.
18. You already know that you just...
That's an 18, baby.
That you just poured straight tequila into Click's drink.
Not the child.
But you were in such a rush that you didn't really have any time for exact measurements. So this is pretty much 99% tequila, splash of orange juice, quote unquote.
It's how I make drinks.
Literally.
But luckily enough for you, you did pour it in a double shot glass, which you thought was very appropriate for Click's size. So it's just like taking a double shot of tequila. You slam it back down, and you let out this just disgusting belch as you like that. as you slam it down, as you slam the double shot glass down, sweat just dripping across your brow. For 7:30 in the morning, this is quite a way to wake up. While this is all going on, Ylorhana, you hear some movement coming from outside of your door. You get a little bit curious, and you go ahead and open it up a crack, and you see Avery, Lapis's mom, just straightening up the hallway and putting some things away. You go ahead and close the door and go back into your room. What are you doing during the morning?
I'm gonna look at my mask because I don't think I looked at it, and I'm gonna see if there's something, if there's like a scar or something that Lila left.
Okay, so you go ahead, you turn the mask around, and you see that it's in perfectly good shape.
Oh, good. And I'm gonna put it back on and just head downstairs.
Okay, so as you put it back on, you straighten up the rest of your clothing, and as you pass by the mirror that's in your room, it's like a full-length body mirror, you stop for a second, and not really before catching your own reflection. You're almost sort of startled by it as you look over and you see the visage of the maniacal laughing side of the black and red of the one half of the mask, and the sorrowful weeping and longing face of the blue and white side of your mask. And you sort of just stare at yourself as if you don't recognize who you are, but you shake it off and make your way back downstairs. While this happens, Restrana, you are sprawled out onto the bed, Goliath style.
Did she break anything else? Did she break anything else in my
no.
fucking family?
No.
The head.
Yes, so you wake up and you notice that you were sort of like arched in your sleep. Your forehead's pressing up against the bedboard. So
like.
Yes. Okay. So as you get up, you stretch, crack all your bones and everything.
I'm glad my spine was C. The letter C.
Yes.
Was shit pack.
As soon as you crack your back, there's this roaring, thunderous sound that just comes from your spine as it echoes throughout the room, and you just hear a, "Hey, there's people trying to sleep!"
Hey! Fuck you! People trying to wake up! Fuck, kinda still drunk shit. Oh god. Oh, this is not so good.
Oh, just wait till the owner of the establishment hears about this.
Fucking bring it! You no dick, no nipple having bitch!
As soon as you say that, you just turn away in frustration towards the window, and you see Nazula all like comforted and like cuddling herself in the window, and you feel your rage subside as you take a look at your animal companion.
Sweet baby. And I'm just gonna kind of walk up to Naz and just like put my hand on either side of her wings and just kind of like give her a zhoosh, a wee cuddle moment.
She she just sort of like arches her head up a bit and opens her eyes, blinks them, and does the golden eagle equivalent of a yawn in your direction, and just sort of nuzzles her head up against your hand as you're massaging her.
Are you ready for the day? Or do you think we should get a wee bit more time of the shut-eye?
It sounds like you're trying to buy time from your bird.
I am doing this. Bird is boss. I am only somewhat human. So
Nazula looks up at you and just sort of like ducks back into her wings.
More rest. We do the more rest. Okay, well, I cannot sleep, but you stay right there. You keep the sleeping. I'm going to go down the stairs and see what other life is awake at this horrible hour in the morning. So early. It's shite. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave Naz to sleep on the windowsill and go down the stairs. Can I figure out who was saying that bullshit 2 minutes ago when I woke up?
It just sounded like it came from next door. Like it sounded that close.
On the right or the left?
It would be on your.
I need specifics.
So, facing the window, it would be on your left-hand side.
Groovy.
Mm-hmm.
Can I kick their door down?
Oh my god! You fuck on me!
I fuck on you!
I mean, yeah, go for it.
Groovy! Okay, do I need to roll a check or anything?
Like
or we're just going on the honor that I'm
house
8
guest.
fucking tall.
Okay, so this is how it's going to play out. You duck underneath the door frame because you are very tall, and this is an establishment made for more what's the polite word? Shorter people. Modest in height. That's what I was trying to think of. So as you bend down underneath the door frame, you just immediately hook a right over to the door that you thought this voice came from, and I need you to go ahead and make a strength check to break down the door.
Okay. Also, do I see her doing this?
As soon as you step out, you see Restrana about to kick down the door.
Alright, I'm gonna.
That's 12.
12? Okay, yeah, it wasn't a hard DC. So your foot just cracks through the already warped, waterlogged wood of this door, and as you do, you see a very elderly couple. Both appear to be halfling. The man, very old, wispy, white hair, a very tanned, leathered skin, wearing just looks to be a simple merchant's outfit of just like a tunic, maybe like a dancer's vest, and you see like a couple chests in his room.
So rode hard and put up wet, yeah? Sweeping leather, like saddle, you don't take care of. The skin, it just looks like shit.
Are you talking about your ball bag, or are you talking about your face?
That too. All of the above, but also mostly the old man who was talking this shit.
You see that this halfling man also has with him a female comrade of almost similar age, wearing a lot of bangles around the wrists and forearms. She has a V-neck cut dress on, and she's just getting ready to put on her sandals to get ready to go out. And upon seeing the two of you, they just sort of jump back a bit, and the halfling's like, "Oh, I'm definitely going to tell management about this." And as soon as that's said, that's when you see Restrana kick down the door.
If I can real quick explain that I don't just kick down the door. I sang a traditional
Brooklyn folk song. While I kick in the door, and I look, it's a tiny, hip-height halfling man. And I say, Guten Morgen, schöne Morgen. And I look at his comrade and I say, wow, that is a great outfit, great jewelry, you look beautiful. Slay the day.
Thanks.
Und so scheißen Kopfen, kleiner Mann!
Just roll intimidation with advantage. Jesus Christ.
You broke this man's door down. You talked to his lady, and now you're sitting
She's
calling him a
beautiful. I
tiny
have no
little
problem
big
with
bitch.
the lady.
Like,
It's
damn.
him.
Oh, it's Mrs. Stereo Girl.
Alright, so I'm rolling intimidation with
Advantage. Yep.
Okay,
That's
hold
a
on.
13. That's a 13.
Okay, so this halfling couple just takes a look at you and already intimidated by your very presence as a Goliath woman, just sort of step back and know that they're outmatched. And the woman goes, "You leave my husband alone."
Oh yeah, tiny man be very afraid of me. Okay, that's fine.
She
But stop talking this shit from next to the hallway, okay?
How rude. And just backs up a little bit, whimpers a bit, and just turns back to her husband as they just both start whispering in front of you.
I'm just gonna look at her and go, oh yeah, that's fine. Totally understand. Let the man solve all of your problems. Don't stand strong on your own 2 feet without him. Great. Way to go.
The halfling man goes ahead and turns around and walks up with a piece of paper and holds it up in front of you. And on it, you see a bunch of writing on there having to deal with like merchant contracts and everything. Stuff that doesn't really interest you that much, but at the very bottom, you see a wax seal, very predominant, about 3 inches in circumference, brass in color with a vector compass on it, as well as a protractor underneath. And the halfling man goes up to you and goes, "I am under the protection of the Bronze Brand Merchants Guild, who is in great accordance with the Arcane Guard, and I will have no problem bringing the Arcane Guard here to this shithole of a town if we are to continue being harassed like this."
Harass? You better be under the fucking protection of Mythos.
Do I
If
hear
you
any
think
of
you
this?
got the right
Do we
bitch
hear?
to fuck
Yeah,
with.
do we hear any?
Any of this?
So from downstairs, no one can really hear this because of the height difference in the floors. However, Shados, you're only a couple rooms away from this, and you wake up, drool covering your goatee, and your pants unfastened after a night of drinking. You just sort of look down, and you're just like, all right, and just pull your pants back up, and you start hearing this very mixed yelling in both common and giant coming from down the hallway, and you hear some banging going on and what seems to be wood breaking. What do you do?
Ah, you bullbags! What are you doing down there?
So, Res and Ylorhana, you can hear Shados yelling at this point. And you said that you were picking up this halfling man by the shirt collar.
Yeah.
So as you do, he drops the paper and just like winces away. Just don't hurt me! Don't hurt me!
I'm gonna scream off to the side. Who the fuck are you calling ballbag, you tit? And then just grab the halfling man closer and go, listen, this could have been a useful and helpful discussion on mutual respect, but no, you had to take this to insults. So now you
hope to Migdos I don't find you again. And I send him back down.
All right. Roll another intimidation check, just a straight one.
Also, while she's doing that, can I steal that paper?
It's another 13.
That's in the room, though.
Yeah, I thought it was like close.
No,
but this is, like, in
you
their
are
room.
close, but this is inside someone's personal
So
room.
you literally have to go around Restrana into the room to get it. It's not like it was like at the door.
I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying you can most certainly try.
What kind of stuff are you running?
I got advantage, so.
I mean, if you would like to roll a stealth check for it, you can.
Try this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
All right, so go for it. With a 13 in intimidation, the halfling man just, as you set him down, just smooths out his clothes and straightens himself up a bit, and goes and turns around and just sits down at his desk in his room, just feeling very defeated.
19.
19. So,
She's really about to just teleport into this room and then teleport out this room with shit that she don't need.
Gang, gang, fuck yeah.
Gang, gang.
So, as you walk into the room, you see these two halflings, both elderly. You see a halfling woman consoling who appears to be her partner, a very leathered, wrinkled, tanned halfling, just consoling him, patting him on the back, scratching his head, that kind of stuff. And as you look down, you see a crumpled up piece of paper that is sitting on the floor. You go ahead, you grab it, and take a look at the couple again, who seem to be way too engrossed in what just happened, and you slip out of the room.
How this bitch just about to pop into this room full of poor-ass people and just...
So, Shados, after yelling all that, you go ahead and collect your things, look in your room. Definitely not the nicest place you've stayed at before, but it was comfortable and it was nice to have a bed. You...
The place you're talking about right there.
It's our family place.
Then stop disrespecting them like that.
So, you go ahead, you walk out, you secure all your weaponry and everything, and you head out into the hallway, and you see Ylorhana just brush past both you and Restrana as she heads her way downstairs, presumably to meet up with the rest of the group, and now it's just you and Restrana standing in this hallway.
Just fucking touch my goddamn shoulder. Anyway.
Ghosts, everyone!
Small halfling. We are not done here. Oh, hey. We get Shados? Listen. This half-baked shitman decided to start with me. It's ugly. It's not a good morning. My head is fucking killing me. I hit a goddamn beam on the way up my room to fuck this tiny man up. It's not good night. Oh, morning, this is shit. How was your night?
It was good. You seem a bit cranky. Would you like some coffee? Or, what can I do to calm you down?
Baby in a bowl bag.
I don't think that's the expression.
Lapis, I can hear you downstairs.
Would you like a baby in my bowl bag?
Shut the fuck up, Lapis.
Yes, I would like one ale and your finest ball sack, please.
Hey, that's a delicacy in Spain.
Unzips.
Don't joke about that.
Right? That's what I meant.
Listen, Shados.
Oh my god.
Shados.
Shad.
All of the above.
Hey, groovy. Okay, so listen, the best thing for me right now is one of two things. It's either a nice calm walk in the woods to remind me of my roots, und aus Brooklyn, meine Heimat, order to pulverize this halfling's face into his wife's face and make one homogeneous halfling.
What's your passive perception?
Mine or Shados'?
Both of yours.
Well,
Mine is 15. Would I would have heard this by now?
This is something else entirely.
mine's an 11.
Okay. You know how to find it, Tom?
Yeah,
Okay.
11.
11. Okay. You are just able to barely make out now the sound of sobbing coming from that room of the two halflings. It sounds masculine,
Oh.
but you're not quite sure.
I would like to walk back in the room if I can.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Shados, are you coming with?
Please
Sure.
stop her.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
So
ruining my
I-
family business.
I'm going to walk back in the room, and I'm going to see the tiny, useless halfling man crying in front of me. And I'm going to slob squat my 7-something foot ass in front of him.
You feel the floorboards give a little bit of way as you set yourself down.
Good. And I'm going to go... Listen. I'm sorry we got off on the wrong foot. And I'm going to just, like, throw my hand out very aggressively. And go... Guten Morgen. Meine Name ist Restrana, Lord Killer, Calthagarenthee.
This woman
It's
about
very nice to meet you.
You
Let's
say-
please have a talk.
You say Lord Killer?
Oh god.
Yes.
Oh god.
For a reason, and don't forget it.
Oh no, let's get out of here. And you see both of them start like quickly packing up and everything.
We could have learned so much.
Stay away!
together.
Stay away!
Oh, I know, big scary giant. I know. What?
Hey!
That's good.
Do I hear
Restrana!
any of this screaming at this point? It's gone on
At this
long
point,
enough.
the now 4 of you, including you because you just made your way back downstairs, are overhearing this commotion coming from upstairs. Ylorhana, you know that Restrana and Shados are, now awake, so you can assume that it's them. But the rest of you have no idea that they are up, or it's them that are causing this
I'm
commotion.
running upstairs.
Being the best daughter of the innkeeper, I'm gonna go the fuck upstairs and see what the fuck.
AKA the only daughter.
The best and only girl they'll ever have.
I'm gonna follow Lapis and head up the stairs to see what the frick is going on.
As I continue
I'm
down the
drunk.
stairs, they're going up the
Oh, yeah,
stairs.
I'm drunk.
Your hair is sauced. Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
No, you're not drunk.
Oh, sweet, not drunk.
Yeah. No, you handled your liquor quite expertly, may I add. It's all in the dice.
No gag reflex.
So, Click is going to, when A follows up the stairs, Click is going to be on her heels. And I have a passive of 15. Would I have heard any of this?
I
Yes.
also have a passive of 15.
Yeah, so anyone who's downstairs that had higher than a 15 in passive perception did hear the commotion going on. If you have higher than a 17, you can tell that it was Restrana and Shados.
No.
I cannot tell that, so I'm drawing the gun.
Okay!
Well, it's good that I'm first anyway. Because I'm first in line.
I'm literally coming down the stairs while a horde of people are like
Yes.
going up the stairs, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, sorry.
I
Oh,
guess
well.
we'll look at
Yeah.
I guess we'll.
Yeah,
Follow.
Ylorhana, you see the 3 of them, Click, A, and Lapis, start walking up the stairs, immediately blocking your path to go back down.
And for me, it's just immediately gonna be, what did you do?
Can I keep taunting the halflings out there?
Sure, you can taunt him for however long you would like.
Do I know
Great.
these patrons?
You have not actually made your way into the hallway yet. You are all still continuously walking up the
But
stairs.
I figure in passing, like, do I know their importance? Do I know that, like, we didn't get these people to stay here for X amount of time, we're gonna make our rent?
You will find that out.
I'm gonna just look at this halfling couple, assumably Scooby-Doo style, just booking it down the stairs with all their shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just look at them and go, "Oh, good for you! Running down the stairs like scared tiny men! Good for you! I am so glad you run the fucking world like you think you do! I'm gonna keep talking shit as they're running away."
Okay, so as they run away, the only way to get out of the Crooked Trout is to go back down the stairs, where
Everyone's coming up.
where
I see
everyone
a
is.
Kenku with a gun.
So,
What do you have?
People are never coming back here.
so Lapis, you see these two halflings.
My family's establishment, you fucks!
You see these two halflings just book it around the corner and almost bump into you and the rest of the party. And you see this elderly halfling man carrying about 4 chests in his arms and just looks up at you. They're like tiny, like trinket chests, not like full-on footlocker chests. But he looks up at you wide-eyed and goes, Do you help run the place here?
I do. What's wrong? I heard a commotion.
There's a crazy woman banging at our door and destroying everything.
What did she look like?
I can't really remember. Just, excuse me. And just, like, brushes past the rest of you.
Can-
There'll be no refund!
Can I trip him?
Make a dexterity check.
Congratulations, we are on our way to being murder hobos.
The most wanted criminals in Eddonia.
Oh god.
A is watching all of this go down, and she just looks at the broken door that Restrana has kicked in.
We're not even upstairs yet.
Yeah, you are
it's
all
me
still...
in front on the stage. We're not even up at the top of the stairs
shit.
right now.
Yeah.
I'm just like watching this all happen, and she's just honestly, and she turns to Click and just slowly pushes the gun away from behind her, and she's like, "Not now, love. Not now."
Click looks up at her, and you just hear Restrana's voice pop out. What the fuck?
And she just goes, "No, let's not escalate
All right,
this any further."
Sarah, what'd you get on your dex check?
It was 13.
13. Their halfling nimbleness is too quick for you to catch up with them and make contact to trip them. So they make their way downstairs, and then the rest of you file into the hallway where Shados and Restrana are.
Can I just keep, like, barreling down after them?
You have 4 individuals to try to get past to do that.
So...
As you are now faced with Click, Lapis, Ylorhana, and A.
So if you're barreling out of the fucking room and I see all this damage, I'm just gonna immediately go from my nice olive tan self to just a very angry, boiling red. What did I tell you?
Listen.
What did I? And I'm gonna get right up in your face and I'm gonna tell you.
And I'm gonna just kind of, like, casually squat down to your level and go, "Listen, it would have been fine.
All you have to do is help fix the things you have broken, leave the customers alone!" And then just start screaming.
As you scream, Avery walks to you all from like a little storage room off to the side, just carrying a bunch of rags in her hands, and goes, what's oh my.
Mom, you see what this son of a bitch did?
Guten Morgen, Frau Avery!
Just a second, and sets the rags down, and you see her grab a necklace that she has tucked underneath her tunic, and you see that it is a willow tree, very similar to the one that A has, and she just like nods a bit and waves her hand, and you see the door start to mend in front of all of you as the hole is repaired. It is now back on its hinges, and it looks brand new, better than before.
Hey,
And we're gonna take our break there. Okay, so after Avery repairs the door that Restrana had kicked in, you see this very goldenrod-esque energy emanating from her as she finishes this mending cantrip and takes a look at all of you and goes, "Now, don't you all have some sabers to drive out?"
You're a follower of Sarai.
Well, it gets a little complicated. You see, where I came from, we have our own deities, and coming to Eddonia, you have to prescribe to the local religion. And Sarai was the closest fit to what I believed in.
Where are you from?
It's a long forgotten place, in a realm long forgotten.
Do I know what she's talking about?
She's talking about the Forgotten Realms.
I was just writing that down. I was like, Forgotten Realms.
How did Sarai reach out to you?
Well, from what I understand, she reaches out in very different ways, yet very direct. She just came over me like a very warm presence of hope and understanding and protection for my daughter. And she didn't reveal herself to me as a person, but more so of just an energy that I was very familiar with from where I came from.
I am also new to this country, area, thing.
Continent.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's like Australia. It's a country and a continent.
Yes.
Oh God. Does everything try to kill me?
Yes.
I'm living in the land down under.
And I am also a follower of Sarai. If you ever would need my help in anything, please know that she is very close with me.
Yeah, when the lot of you arrived in town, I felt Sarai's presence very, very strongly. And I could tell that she was among at least one of you. Lapis not so much, but...
Mother!
Listen, you never went to the temple with us when we were in Caldroy. Why should I believe you now?
I don't like religion. You know this. We've talked about this.
Yet you study it like none other.
You study religion, Lapis.
Lapis is gonna go down the stairs.
Okay.
And not say a goddamn word.
I will. A turns to Avery and goes, just as Sarai looked out for your daughter when she was young, I will also look out for her on this journey.
I don't need your help.
I greatly appreciate that, and she takes your hands and clasps them and goes, "May the Exalted Ones light your path."
And also you.
I would like to also speak to Avery, if I may.
Okay.
Everyone's trying to get it with my mom, and I don't like it. I'm trying to fuck my mother.
Now it is.
Got it going on.
Now it is canon that Avery Nightwater is, in fact, a MILF.
No! Stop trying to fuck my mom!
Never. So, I'm gonna walk up to Avery and just go, "Hey," real sheepishly, and just explain what happened, and explain that I'm very sorry, and that she didn't have to clean up the mess that I made.
She looks at you and smiles in response and just like pats you on the shoulder and
Hey Avery, has anyone told you you're kind of a MILF?
Oh god. Everyone's hitting on my mom, guys. I don't
no, I haven't heard that before.
Would you even know what that is?
Can Russ
I'm
explain
pretty
it?
sure the concept of MILFs and MILFdom has been explored in Eddonia already.
It originated in Brooklyn.
Yeah, in Brooklyn. We're making
Is that-
Brooklyn to seem like this sexed up, crazed party bullshit.
Have you been
Plot twist,
to
everyone's
Germany?
a bard.
Well, I mean,
Should I be complimented by that, or should I be
Most
concerned?
because in the land of Brooklyn, MILF is mother I'd like to forever love. Because you're so sweet and so nurturing.
Make a deception check.
Make that word. I love Kelly's response in the background.
Fondue.
Oh no! I'm not even gonna add my modifier because that's a 1.
Critical failure.
Just as it sounded in person.
Literally.
She
I'm doing my best.
steps back a bit and just looks at you with a raised eyebrow, and it's just like, be sure to resupply before you head out, and she just books it past all of you downstairs.
Click looks over at Restrana and just, in her own voice, goes, "What the fuck?"
Little bird name. Did my best. Okay? Did my best. Fuck you.
So all of you go ahead and walk downstairs. A couple hours have now passed this very eventful morning. It's now around, I would say, 9-10 o'clock. Everyone enjoys a nice breakfast, some coffee to refuel and get started for the day.
Can I make myself an Irish coffee?
Yeah, so Lapis has an Irish coffee, like the alcoholic she is, which is
I'm
why
home and I'm miserable.
which is why she was sent to monk school.
Yep.
But no. So the day is yours. You have that fort to clear out. There's shops around Waeldstone if you need to get any shopping done.
I'd like to, Click would like to go up to A and sort of make an A out of his fist and brush it up against the side of her dress.
Okay.
On her torso.
Yeah, you feel this slight nudging.
Yes, love.
And he spells out Ian's name quickly.
Yes, I think we can run by there fairly quickly before we go.
He says, "Okay," to her. And then starts trailing behind her and looking around a little bit and catching eyes at Ress a little bit as if a little baffled about this morning and sort of off-put but also slightly amused.
I thought you were going to say aroused. I was going to be very concerned.
Kenku's our baby.
I know.
I'm gonna look at Click and meet his gaze and go, "Who's that cute little bird? Is you?"
Is this like your substitute for
Oh my god.
Missoula?
Loki, yes.
He lifts the gun slightly.
Touch me.
Oh, cute, tiny birdman.
But he lowers it and he starts to emulate Restrana's own laugh back at her.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, little bird. You run to Mama over there. Mama, question?
No, I'm not his mother. He,
Where are we at? What's going on? Where am I?
he's kind of my bodyguard, actually. He's part of the family.
I'm gonna just grab Click by the ears and cover his ears and go, You mean to tell me the simple-minded bird is better bodyguard than your own self?
Yes.
I see
Wow.
Hold on,
Restrana's
can I-
hands just encapsulate this small bird's face.
He doesn't really have normal ears, so can she find my ears? That is the question before I
Make a
determine my reaction.
Just make an
Nature? It would be nature.
I was thinking nature, but that doesn't seem to fit. Just make an intelligence roll. Kai, currently all of you are walking through Waeldstone until someone wants to duck into a shop or wherever.
Yeah, I'm going towards the guy with dildo up his butt.
I forgot about him. It's only been a day and I forgot about him.
The Defiant Elixir Wand in Ware's Emporium.
Yes.
Yes.
That weird ass motherfucker.
That's where
That's
I'm
an
going.
18!
Oh god.
Yeah, you find his ears.
Groovy!
As soon as she
Ear
does,
holes.
I'd like to use the body of the rifle to flick her arms up and duck around behind her.
All right. Yeah.
Acrobatics, like trying to slip out of her grasp.
Yeah.
Either
Roll me
that,
acrobatics.
or as a toddler, you wiggle out of your mom's supervisor grip and you hear her say that you are a simple-minded child.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a 25.
Damn.
Yeah, so
whoop my
as
ass.
if Click had turned into a very amorphous tar, just slips under your legs and manages to find himself behind you. At this point, Click just raises the gun up, finger off the trigger, but just mocks aiming it at you.
He's gonna poke you in the back of the head and then imitate your laugh back at you again and shoulder the gun.
I would like to whap the bejesus out of Click upside the back of his head.
No. I legitimately grabs your wrist and says, "Please don't do that."
I would not like to do that if you would teach the tiny bird humanoid child to not point the gun at friends.
Yes.
All is good and fun until gun is pointed at someone.
Yes. But his finger was not on the trigger, and you freaking wrapped your fingers around his head. Would you like that?
As
Yeah.
this is going on, Click, you start to feel a tug coming from your arms as you look down and you see a set of olive tanned hands wrapped up in bandages grabbing onto your gun, and as you follow the arms up, you see Lapis just sort of smiling down at you. It's like a, hey!
He's going to look over towards... He's already shouldered the rifle as soon as that happens, and he nods over towards A and just sort of reasserts the idea as Rashagame's voice comes out of him and says, charge.
I am his charge. He will protect me at all costs.
That is great. All I'm saying is, finger on trigger or not. Rule 1 of gun safety, do not point at people.
Excuse me, ma'am, are you the NRA?
As this all happens, you find yourselves, after aimlessly walking around for a bit, at the Clank Tank, the gunsmith, blacksmith shop owned by Ian. As you walk in, no, not butt plug guy.
Not yet, we're getting there.
Not yet, we're getting to that part.
You're getting there, and I'm terrified.
So as you all walk in, you hear the small ding of what appears to be a bell. You look around and you don't see any bell around. but as you walk in, you can see Ian up at his front counter, going through what seems to be a ledger and making note of what he has around the shop, and you can see him just wheel out a bit here and there and go up to some of his inventory and just take some mental notes down. And here's the bell go off, and looks over and goes, friends, what can I help you all out with?
Click is going to go over to A and flourish his hands a little bit in front of her as if signing tools to fix, and motions a little bit towards the firearm shouldered against his torso.
Do I know him?
Oh.
Ian?
Yeah.
Since moving to Waeldstone, I would say yeah.
Okay.
Ian, is there any tools that you have available that could help fix if his gun would break?
Why, certainly. I mean, what's the use in owning a firearm or any sort of weapon without having the means to repair it? I mean, I sell a couple kits here and there. I don't have many, but what were you more looking for? Something more deft, where you can just really get into something, or are you looking for something a little bit more broad and heavy if you need to forge any like great weaponry or the like?
A looks over at Click.
And he just holds up a 1.
The first option.
All right, yeah. Let me see what I can find around here, and he wheels back over to his front counter and just ducks under a little bit, and you can hear some boxes moving and some scraping of wood against wood, and finally he, after about 10 minutes of searching, he pulls out this leather-wrapped kit of tinkerer's tools and sets it down on the counter and unfurls it, and you can see that there's a wide array of tools and the like. Got your simple tiny screwdrivers, forceps, anything that you really need to have a steady hand for to do, and with tiny enough appendages to get into things. Yeah, part of the kit. And he looks up at you and goes, normally I charge about 2 gold pieces per kit, but since you helped me out, I can let it go for a gold.
I say, okay. And I hand over a gold piece.
All right. So now you have tinkerer's tools.
Click also actually produces a gold piece and puts it down to fulfill the rest of the normal cost. Well,
friend, you're very kind. And do you turn away to look at anything at all?
He's probably going to look around for any more firearms,
okay.
if he has any, just perusing. He's kind of locked on his rifle, but he's curious.
Okay, so he waits for a moment where your gaze isn't centered on the counter, and as Click looks away, Ian takes A's hand and slides the gold piece that you produced back towards her and just gives her a little wink. Anybody else want to do anything around the clank tank, or should we get moving on to...
I'd like to talk to Shados, actually.
Okay, yeah. Any business that needs to be conducted in the shop at all?
So, Tom, what does Shados' main weapon look like? Does it look like it's been well taken care of?
Yeah, I'd say so. Weathered, but...
Okay. Can I look at the keep of the shop? And can I ask, So, good shot. This is very nice. Real quick, do you do any kind of sharpening and polishing surfaces here?
Well, little lady, we do a lot around here.
I'm sorry, little lady.
Sorry, it's just an expression. I apologize, but I'm assuming that you are several decades my what's the word? Not elder, but
Senior.
Yes. What I'm trying to say is I'm a little bit older than you. So, but where I come from, take it as a compliment. Anyway, we do all manner of repairing and polishing, whatever you need, but it does take a little bit of time to do. It's not just a quick once and done thing. It takes about 2 or 3 days, depending on the size of the project and exactly what all you want done in it. Do you need any sort of like enchantment for it to make it a little bit more, a little bit more quick against the wind, a little bit more heft to it? I can certainly do that. But any sort of enchantments you may need, you'll need to go to one of them fancier shops for.
I don't know if the enchantment is the thing. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna look at Shad and go, hey, I'm not the one to do this, but you are a good friend and good teammate in the whole useless tiny dick halfling kerfuffle. Back at the bar, if you want your weapon polished and sharpened, it's on me. Give it to the nice man. And I got it. What do you say?
I don't know. I don't know if we have time for that.
Well, it's up to you. Either way, please take this very rare kindness of mine as a token of thanks for having my back and of comradeship.
Not today. Maybe another time.
Ooh, Stonewall.
Super fair.
I mean, to be fair, if you by chance say leave a weapon with me, that'll be plenty enough time, because from what I hear, the fort's a couple days away from here, from where those Sabres are. So leave a weapon with me. I can certainly get working on it, and it'll be ready by the time you're back.
What is the cost of that?
Well, it all depends on what you're looking for. Materials aren't cheap, first of all, I'll tell you that up front, but if you're looking to add a little bit more heft to your weapon, that's going to be about 500 gold pieces. And if you want a more progressively stronger and stronger, the price is going to go up by about 1,000 each time. It's just the way business works, I'm sorry.
Oh no, that is totally understandable. But in this great armory shop, do you happen to have anything that goes boom?
Now, when you say boom, are you talking about guns? And he points to the vast array of rifles and pistols and muskets that he has on display. Or are you talking about whack?
I'm sorry, the letter? What is that?
Like, are you looking for mainly like a maul or a warhammer or that kind of
now. I am not the type of Goliath to say no to a beautiful warhammer. What do you have?
Well, and he wheels around and finds a couple warhammers that might be of interest to you. He has only about 2 or 3 to choose from. And any of these that you're looking at is going to be about 15 gold pieces per, which isn't a whole lot if you really think about it. But these are the only ones that I have left.
Thanks, but these are not the warhammers that I wanna, spend the rest of my life with. In battle, they'd be absolutely great, I'm sure, but I can't make that commitment with them.
Oh, so you're looking for more of a forever type weapon.
Oh, most definitely.
You're going to have to head to one of the bigger cities for that.
Okay. We'll see. Hopefully.
And
She's
she just
also
looks
what mine
forlorningly in the difference.
afraid of commitment.
We'll definitely.
I'm gonna put my hand on the ear.
She looks longingly in the distance. Someday I will find that perfect warhammer. But, thank you, but today is not that day.
Not a problem. And the rest of you go ahead and finish your business in the clank tank. Anybody else wanted to do anything around here before we move on?
You said he does have pistols and such.
Yes.
Click is going to kind of pick them up and see if there's any difference in the ones that are hanging along the wall. Any difference in make or design or anything?
They all look pretty standard. Your wooden handles, your steel barrels, and everything. They look pretty mainline, baseline type weaponry that looks to be more they look expensive, but they're not the most ornate or elaborate of firearms.
Okay. He's going to look up in Ian's direction and just go.
Yes. What you looking at those things?
And he's gonna nod in response.
How many you need?
He looks down at his person and he kind of palms the 2 crossbows and he holds up 2 with his hand.
Tell you what, you give me those 2 crossbows in exchange for those 2 pistols plus 10 gold, you've got a deal.
He looks down at the crossbows a little bit and pauses for a moment and then begrudgingly nods and pulls the 2 hand crossbows off of his hip and sets them up on the counter and looks along the wall. Are any of the pistols in a similar black or dark wood that is similar to the rifle that he has?
You see a couple of the pistols have a sort of cherry finish to them, but none as dark as the ebony wood that you've come across with this rifle.
Okay, he's gonna pick up the. Are there possibly 2 in the cherry finish?
Yes, so there are. So there's 2 regular pistols that have the cherry finish, and then there's 1 hand pistol that has the cherry finish.
Okay. Hand pistol, like a palm pistol, like the small.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's gonna grab the 2 normal pistols and kind of hold them up for confirmation from Ian. And to confirm that that's the 2 that he wants. And he walks over towards the counter with them and also sets them up on the counter and fishes around in a small pouch and produces 10 gold onto the counter.
He takes the gold, counts it, and looks at you and goes, If it weren't for that help that you offered me yesterday, these normally would have come to about 250 gold pieces each. Just be sure to know about that if you ever need to get more wares anywhere else.
His eyes go wide as can be, and he
looks at you and just places a hand on one of your shoulders and goes, "It's the least I can do, especially for your folks here, for wanting to try to protect this town. And, I mean, if you die, I can always send someone to recover the pistols, so." But that's a little tongue-in-cheek. I'm sure you guys will do just fine.
He's confused for a hot second, and then he puts his hand to his the lower portion of his beak and pushes his hand forward in flat motion.
It's red.
And if you were to know DSL, it would be saying thank you just over and over again.
He's thanking you profusely.
Ah, well, much obliged. Anytime, seriously. But I did want to prepare you for the so-called real world, in case if you come across someone that isn't as welcoming as I am. What can I say? I just love the people that come through here. Anything else that you guys wanted to do at the Clank Tank?
Click's also going to try and get some other bullets for the pistols.
How many you're looking for?
How much are they? Like, what's the running rate on them? Truthfully.
So, they're going to be running you about a little bit more refined than like Renaissance type bullets. So they're going to run about a gold piece per round.
How many do you wish?
Into an expensive profession.
Which is why you were so heavily paid at the beginning.
Yeah.
How many would you wish?
He's going to sign 40 to A, and then he's going to pull into his pouch and start fishing out the gold.
Okay.
Piece by piece.
All right. So you go ahead, do that. You obtain your bullets, and is that it for the Clank Tank? Okay. All right, cool. So party then makes their way over to the Defiant Elixir Wand and Wares Emporium. As you walk in, it is still as disheveled as ever, if not now more musky smelling than you remembered yesterday.
It was a humid day yesterday, and it always gets this weird stench when you walk into it. Don't breathe here long, and make it short. I'm looking at you.
I'm staying outside with Click.
Okay.
Which one was he smoothing on? Who was he trying to fuck with?
Him.
Shados. Okay.
So as you all enter,
Staying outside.
Fuck you.
I'm just gonna stand in the window and just be like,
so who's all walking into the?
I'll go in.
Me.
I'll go in. Oh god.
Okay, so the three of you go ahead and walk in, and you see Ylorhana. You see on the counter with a very nice sign that says, "For the creepy lady." You see a couple of flasks. You see before you, let's get that. You see 2 flasks of poisoned oil. Now, the property of this is you can coat your weapons in this oil, but it only lasts for an hour. And when using this poison, it deals an additional 1d6 of poison damage.
Nice. Is he anywhere around?
From the looks of the shop, it appears to be vacant.
Alright, I'm just gonna take him then.
Seeing this indiscretion, I'm gonna grab your hand and say, "Did you pay for these?"
Yeah.
Insight?
Go for it.
Says for the creepy lady.
It says for the creepy lady, yeah, but that doesn't mean you didn't pay.
There
14.
were lots of creepy ladies.
14. She did not pay.
Nope.
Come on. I'm still holding your hand, like you didn't let go.
Well, I don't know how much.
I'm gonna say give him like 10 copper. He'll deal with the rest.
10 copper?
Yeah.
Alright. I don't have that many copper. I could give him 4 copper pieces.
You know what?
Some is better
Oh,
than nothing.
actually, you know what? I can do 10 copper pieces. I'll do that.
Fair.
We'll call it 10 copper pieces. I probably
Those are some
horribly
cheap-ass poisons.
Yeah, I probably horribly undersold it.
Poisons generally in like D&D worlds are like hundreds of gold.
I was just looking it up and I was like, oh,
Would I know how much he usually charges?
Yes, you would.
How horribly did I fuck my friend over?
So, while this is
Or
all...
my parents' friend. It's not even my friend, it's my parents' friend.
While this is going on, and you place the 10 copper on the counter, you go to pick up the potion or the poisons, but you can't move them.
Of course.
Shit.
They are stuck to the counter.
Well, looks
and
like you gotta put down money till it gives you it up.
Okay.
So as this is happening, Shados. So as you're standing outside by the window and just like peering in and everything, you notice out of the corner of your eye a very familiar reflection, and you see the bug-eyed, wide-toothy grin,
Ew.
grizzled, drool-encrusted beard face of Dawn standing right behind you, upside down nonetheless, as he looks over towards you and goes, "Well, I was just cleaning up the place, and I noticed you all come by for your poisons. Now, what can I help you with? You're more than welcome to step into my shop."
The past 10 seconds of this audio are fucking gold right now.
Are you off your trolley?
No, I think I'm quite fastened onto it. And just like looks behind him.
Oh my god.
Can we women see Shados' reaction?
No.
We're in
No,
the-
this is
we are
happening
in the
outside.
shop.
Great!
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're outside, aren't we?
We definitely heard him yell, though,
It's the
right?
3 of us.
Yeah,
We
you
heard him yell out.
yeah, you all heard him yell. Is there anything you want to do about it?
I don't think we need to be concerned. We travel with a pigeon with multiple crossbows. Now guns.
So...
I think we're fine.
Listen.
Are you saying this in character?
Yes.
They're inside and we're outside.
Yeah, we're inside. I
Oh,
heard
okay.
him yelling. I'm not too concerned because I don't know him personally.
The racial slurs don't hate.
Oof.
Wow.
Let's say you just called me a pigeon.
So I'm gonna look at Lapis and go, I don't know, this reminds me of story I heard back as tiny girl in the village, and I don't like this place. And I go and I just grab my axe off my back and kind of just like
Hold it
softly
like a child,
coddle it like a wee baby.
I'm gonna look at this giant 8-foot tall scared ass piece of shit in front of me who breaks my family's bar every other day and just roll my eyes and look at Ylorhana and go, I think we're fine.
Alright, so...
We're still trying to figure out the whole, how much money do we put down until we can take this off the counter?
Okay, what if I put...
So, while you guys figure this out,
What if I put 12 copper pieces?
Don takes a look at you then, Shados, and...
Yeah, you're by yourself. By yourself.
I was gonna say, A and Click are still outside.
You guys are probably just like, he's not with me, is he with you? Do you know who this guy is? Like, what's going on?
Do you do anything?
Oh wait, what? I'm confused.
No, he's just looking at
Drooling
you.
in front of me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Moving
Hold on.
over you.
Is the drool coming from the mouth?
Yes.
And he's upside down?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Ooh, that's
So it's like
getting
dripping
over
all
you.
over his face.
A friend.
Yes.
Our friends are actually inside. I think they're here to pick up the things.
Oh, yes, the poisons.
So maybe you should just head on in there and make sure you
Oh, I'll get them if they put the right amount down.
Shados, how about we go check in with our friend Rashagame's sister and see where we should be heading while they're getting the things.
Yes, I'd like that very much.
And
Get me away from this crazy man.
we head off towards the temple.
Woo!
Feel free to check out my shop sometime.
No, thank you.
I never want the spell scrolls. And you see Dawn shoot back up in the air on top of the roof of the his shop, and you see him just like open a hatch up in the roof and climb down in. As this happens, the three of you now see Dawn crawling along the ceiling, just sticking his like weird spider mechanical legs in the ceiling as he walks down the wall and in front of the poisons. He looks over at Lapis and goes, "Oh, it's much more fun this way."
Yes, but we talked about this. You ruin the integrity of the building when you drive your goddamn tentacles into the support beams. Remember what happened last time?
Are you the housing authority? I thought your parents just ran the tavern.
Motherfucker, I will be.
I don't think that's up to your jurisdiction.
Can I intimidate him?
Sure.
Oh my god. 12.
The lenses on his glasses zoom in very close, about like an inch away from your eyeball, and goes, "You're gonna have to try harder than that." Now! Poisons! Yes, poisons. I always want the poisons.
Yeah,
What are those spell scrolls?
Spell scrolls? Yeah, no, I have plenty of them. What were you looking for? Something to make it go boom? Something to slow down time? Something to...
I want the good shit.
Well, it just depends on what you're looking for.
Kinky stuff.
Lapis!
Do you have anything to paralyze people?
Ooh, yes. I was thinking about trying to get A on some literature.
Well, paralysis is a very tricky.
I was not
Don't
talking.
listen to her.
Paralysis is a very tricky magic to encapsulate in just a single drop of whatever liquid you desire. That's gonna run you about 500 gold pieces.
Damn it! Not even for a family friend.
No!
Ugh! Rude.
Listen.
What if
What if?
I can make it worth your while?
We're discussing. The grown-ups are talking.
If you're talking about lady favors, I don't want any.
How about Shados?
No, I'm not interested.
I don't believe that. You were just drooling over him 5 seconds ago out front of your goddamn store.
He's really cute.
Shut up, Restrana!
Don't you fucking mock me, Lapis!
I also know other tieflings.
So,
Have you heard of Nobody's Flowers Delight?
yes, I have.
Would you like
But
some special VIP
Lapis.
bottle service?
Lapis, you know I just enjoy messing around with the newcomers.
I know, but what if I get you newcomers? Fresh off the scene, fresh hot. 18-year-olds.
No!
Okay,
Not
14.
going to happen.
Lapis! Lazulli! Not cool, man.
Also, can I just say a side note? I am very honored that you call me creepy.
Yeah, this?
I mean, you think I'm creepy?
This is just an act.
Soon we will get that honor.
You sell it well. Anyway.
Thank you. And then my eyes are gonna turn black.
Anyway, after a very visible wince, looks at you and goes, just think of these as front payment for helping out the town. And as you grab onto the poison vials again, they just come right off the table.
Thank you. I'll be coming back.
Okay, so after this whole exchange, A, Click, and Shados went to the temple, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
See, what was her name?
Lila, correct?
Yes, thank you. Little Link, little sausage roll.
Okay, so as the three of you walk into the temple, you see that it is much more populated than it normally is. Not by townspeople, but just by the actual clergy. You see around you in the vicinity, you see an elderly half-elf male that seems to have very bright green eyes that seem to pierce your gaze everywhere that he looks. You also see a halfling female who appears in her late 50s with graying red hair tied up into a very tight bun. And you also see, for the first time, a silver dragonborn that does have a tail, dressed in very loose flowing earth tone robes. You also see Shados. This catches your eye. You see another tiefling in front of you, but this one is in complete contrast to how you look. She has a very elegant stature to her. Her skin is very pale in comparison to yours, almost like that of alabaster, like a statue. But the most noticing feature you see out of all that is her all orange eyes, sclera included. And finally, you see in the vicinity Lila, dressed in her armor, kneeling down at a shrine off in the far corner of the temple. And she goes ahead and stands up and turns around, sheathing her sword after a moment of quiet contemplation and prayer. Goes and approaches the three of you. Says, "Shouldn't you already be at the fort by now?"
We're leaving shortly. We were wondering if you had any directions, as we're not from around here.
Keep heading east. You won't miss it. It's a little bogged down in the mire from the surrounding swamp, but you can't really miss it. There's a couple guard towers leading up towards that general direction. It's a pretty straightaway path.
Is this a swamp I know well?
Yes, this is the swamp that you and Click were in before making your way to Waeldstone.
Okay.
It's not in the swamp, but it's in like the surrounding area to the swamp.
Is going to look at her and go, do you think it would be wise to travel by foot or by horse?
Well, we don't have our own horses here. Just whoever comes in to travel will take care of their horses and everything.
Okay.
But we don't have any horses for sale, so I'm afraid, unless if you have any sort of teleportation magic with you, that this is going to be all on foot.
Okay. Thank you again. I wanted to check in on Rashagame.
He's doing good. He's still sleeping, but by the time you get back, I'm sure he'll be ready to go out again.
Okay. Pass on our blessings, please.
I will. May the Exalted Ones guide your path.
And yours also.
And as she goes to turn and leave, just gives Shados a very narrow side eye and leaves with her chin held high in the air as she walks back over towards the altar that she was previously at. All right. Anything else you guys would like to do before you head off?
I'd like to talk to the tiefling.
You're not there.
You are not there.
No.
Shit.
No, we're still in the shop.
Yep, this was
Yeah.
a
This was while we were
Click
in there.
A and Shados adventure.
We
I
split
would
the
like to talk
party.
to the tiefling.
Great signs.
You would like to talk to the tiefling? Okay. So, you go ahead and you approach this tiefling who's sitting down in a pew with her hands folded over in very deep contemplation, and she looks, for lack of a better term, exquisite. Just absolutely jaw-dropping. You see the high and tight jawbone of hers framing her face into a very fine point towards the chin. You see her horns not curled, but going straight back, almost like a what's the animal? An ibex? Yeah. Going straight back, very tall horns, about, you want to guess, about 3.5 feet in length. Wow. She definitely stands out. And you look down at what she's wearing, and she seems to be wearing pretty simple leather armor, but in very earthen tones, with a half cape draped around her one shoulder, and you can see sitting by her side is a morning star, along with a shield that has the emblem of Amare imprinted on it, the campfire with the 2 hands underneath it. As you go to approach, make a perception check for me. 11. So you swear you saw a slight smirk as you went to go approach her, and her eyes open a bit towards your direction, but quickly go back to what she was doing. And she's now sitting there in what appears to be very deep contemplation. And she finishes uttering her prayer, stands up, smooths out her outfit, and turns over towards you and goes, I don't think we've had the pleasure to meet.
I don't think we have.
It's very odd to see another one of us walking around.
Agreed. I'm Shados. And you are?
They call me Valor. What brings you to this quaint little town?
Well, I was traveling through with me troop. We, guess we're quite like a circus. And then a whole bunch of, how do you say, shit hit the fan.
Yes, I did see that happen. That was most unfortunate. But me and the rest of the temple are very, very grateful for you and your team's support in aiding our town.
It was nothing. Glad to hear about.
Now, if you manage to clear out these Sabres once and for all, the temple might actually have some work for all of you.
I'm listening.
Well, we could talk more when you get back. I have some more duties to attend to, but... And she leans in and says to you in Infernal, be careful. We know what we are, and not a lot of people like that. And she steps away and gives you a slight smile and goes, well, you have the temple's resources anytime. Whether you need healing, a quiet place to reflect, or you just need someone to talk to.
Thank you.
Of course.
It was good to meet you, Alec.
Likewise, Shados. And she goes ahead, picks up her Morning Star and her shield, and places both of them on her back, and walks away. And as she walks away, you notice that there's a little sachet going on in her hips.
Oh.
And just a little flick of the tail extinguishes a candle nearby.
She's trying to sell her feminine wiles to you.
She's trying to get to know you religiously.
Okay, so...
Biblical way. In a biblical way, one might say.
Anything else before you all head out to Fort Tyloni?
I'm gonna watch Shados fuck this nun.
Click is going to, as they're just walking around, just like he did with the rifle, he's going to try and just look over one of the pistols and just run through the mechanics of like loading, chambering, and then rechambering another and pulling the shells out. And so without firing, just kind of gonna run through the mechanics of the pistol over and over again, just getting a repetition.
Okay, so it is a little bit difficult for you to grasp at first, because you were practicing on a rifle first and foremost, but eventually after a couple tries you managed to sort of shorten the length of the actions used to disassemble, load, reload a rifle into the pistol, and you slowly start to understand the mechanics of it. And pretty soon you get the hang of it.
Okay. God bless you.
Thank you. All right. So, without further ado, let's get on the trail. So, you all exit Waeldstone through the front gates of the town, and as you walk along the pathway, it's morning time, by the way. It's not nearly as chilly as it was earlier in the morning. The sun's now starting to peak into its apex above the land. And as you find yourselves leaving cobblestone and making your way onto padded down and well-worn, traversed grass, you find yourselves on the way towards Fort Tylone. First couple hours are pretty mundane. You see forest stretching on either side of you. And as you continue to walk forward, you start to feel your feet begin to sink more and more and more into the ground beneath you, becoming very swamp-like and mire-like. You can start to smell the sulfur and the methane from the swamp nearby as it makes its way onto the pathway in front of you. While this is all going on, let me scare you with some dice rolls. Okay, so as you're all traveling along, it's about, I want to say about noon at this point. So sun is at its highest. You're making your way towards the direction of the fort, and you all see in front of you, about 100 feet away, are a group of 3 individuals of varying size. One of them seems to be very big and muscular. The second one appears more humanoid in shape and size, and the third one is closer to that humanoid shape, about 100 feet away from you all. And you can hear the sounds of laughter and weapons clanging around. What would you all like to do?
Click is going to ready up the rifle. Not a finger on the trigger. Not even really a chambered round or anything. Just having it nearby. Strange people.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna stealthily sneak up.
Okay.
How far away are we?
About 100 feet.
I'm going to go say hi to the big one.
I'm gonna hide.
Okay.
As soon as I see you just making a beeline for these people, I'm just gonna sit there and go. And just like put my body into a fucking bush and then just sit there and go.
You're gonna Homer Simpson the fuck out of this situation.
Just like head in hand and then just Homer Simpson it into a fucking bush and just sit there and go.
I'm just gonna like stiff arm my arms to the side and walk behind Restrana so that they can't see.
I'm actually gonna kind of not emulate Lapis, but the same idea. I'm actually going to stalk up behind A and try and make myself as small as possible. Just kind of slink closely behind unseen.
Okay. All right. So, as this is happening, Restrana, you go ahead and you joyously walk up towards these three individuals, and as you walk up closer and closer, you can start to make out more defining features of these individuals. The first one you see is an individual that you've run into a couple times already, but not often enough. Not a specific individual, but just the race of them. You see in front of you the big, burlier one with very dark, dirty, yellowed fur, very pronounced sideburns, very pointy ears coming out of the side, scar across the right side of his lip, decked out in studded leather armor and a red shoulder cape clasped with a brass clasp. You see a bugbear. Next to the bugbear, the more humanoid one, is just a typical human woman, about late 20s. She has reddish, brownish hair, and also wearing very similar, if not exact, armor to the bugbear. And finally, the third humanoid you see is a... as you take a look, you notice that this other humanoid is also human in appearance, but they seem to be a lot more pallid than a human normally is. And you can see as their eyes meet your gaze, they are a very light lilac color. But they are also wearing very similar armor to the other two, shoulder cape included.
Drow?
No, not Drow.
Kerbo.
Kalistar, that's what it was.
What? What is that?
Kalistar are humanoids that essentially, from my understanding of it, have a sort of link between like their past life and their current life.
Okay, so like they blend the lives.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have memory.
It's an Eberron race, so.
Okay.
Does their armor look like I've seen it before?
Yes. You have seen something similar to this, and so have you, Restrana. Both of you, your memory comes to the half cape that Click has been wearing the entire time.
Oh.
So, how much do I know the furball
The bugbear?
bugbear?
You just know that, you know, they are a bugbear. You've had dealings with bugbears in the past, but not this one in particular.
In Brooklyn.
In
In Brooklyn?
the wild mountains of Brooklyn. So I'm gonna. I still have Shados in my shadow, right?
Yes, Shados is in your shadow.
Groovy. Okay, so I'm gonna undo my blast a wee bit more. Try to use my wee few Goliath feminine wilds, chest hair included.
Oh god.
Meanwhile, Ylorhana and fucking Lapis are just doing the whole like what? What?
Jesus
What?
Christ!
What?
Yes. I'm gonna do my best. Use my not so feminine wiles
Watching in awe
on
just the train
this
wreck that's
bugbear
going
to try to see what happens, and to try to keep Shadows hidden. I'm gonna look at the bugbear and company and go, Wow.
Great start.
What's cooking? Good looking?
Oh God, we're gonna die.
And I'm just gonna look dead in the eyes of the bugbear.
The bugbear looks over towards you, and now he can start to make out more of his facial features. The same side that has a cut on his lip, you can see his other eye, his one eye, which was very bright yellow. The other one is completely grayed out, and you can see a faint scar running across that eye.
Great.
You don't know.
From
Surgery?
the war. We do not talk about the war.
He goes over and looks at you and goes, but, can I help you?
You know, I'm gonna flick my dreads back with like most of my strength.
What?
Go, you know, I saw the fire. So, you know what they say? When there is fire, there is smoke. How is your night?
What?
And I'm just gonna keep smiling like a total asshole.
Oh my God.
Listen, lady, I don't mean to bother you or anything, and I can tell that you're a nice woman. Just don't get me wrong here, but my associates and I are kind of busy at the moment. We're don't really have time for this.
I'm so sorry.
I don't mean to be blunt or anything. Just we were sent out here, just trying to get paid. Then we'll go.
Oh, totally understandable. Trying to get paid thing. Out of curiosity, did anyone send you here? And as I ask that question, can I like sneakily try to grab my axe?
Go ahead, make a sleight of hand check. Ylorhana, what are you doing during all this because you snuck up?
Yeah, I'm watching horribly. I mean, I was gonna come like behind them and maybe like look through one of their pockets, but I mean,
It should be lower down here.
Scroll down.
while she's distracting them,
Just
So that would be. Oh, great. That'd be a 19.
19. So you go ahead and you're able to actually palm your great axe in your one hand as you're talking to them. Ylorhana, go ahead, make a. You're trying to pickpocket one of them, right?
yeah, sleight of hand. Right?
God damn it! Nice.
Yep. Go ahead, roll sleight of hand. Click. Yes.
I wanna die.
As we're all sort of still approaching, because you guys didn't say that you stopped approaching. Rest just kind of
Bolted ahead. Yeah.
Bolted ahead. As we're getting closer,
Oh, I'm not
Clicks.
approaching. I'm fucking waiting.
oh yeah,
now.
you Homer Simpson.
I was just like, motherfuckers, I'm not doing this today.
Not today, Satan.
Click is gonna like he's slinking up behind A, but he kind of peeks through the fold of her cape and is gonna try and he would recognize immediately the guard, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he would move out from behind A at that point, and can I go up and insight to make sure everything is in line with their garb and what how their demeanor, to see if they're hiding something, to make sure, to sort of get the feel of, are they really
Who they say they are?
who they say they are?
Yeah. Go ahead. You can go ahead, roll insight and.
Question:
Yes.
Do I get advantage because she's distracting them?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you roll a 1?
No.
And Emily, you wanted to do something too?
Oh, I was gonna tell him to go look at them to see if they are part of the family, but I think I'm gonna follow Click.
Okay.
Just in case I need to translate.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a 22. Click is going to go up and sort of when he gets the feel, he's going to shoulder the rifle. And he's going to walk up and stand beside Ress. And he's going to... He's going to sort of get one of their attention and bring their ear down and murmur one of the tenets to them.
Okay, so as the rest of you, minus Lapis, go and approach you, what did you get on your... 11. So as this happens, you all see at the response of more individuals walking up to them, they start to get a little bit more on the defensive. The Kalistar reaches behind them and sort of flips over a heavy crossbow from underneath their cape. The bugbear reaches onto his back and pulls out 2 scimitars, double arming himself, and you can see the human start to glow with what appears to be a protective arcane spell. As this all happens, which individual were you going after?
Probably the close. I don't really know where.
So probably the closest one would be the human. So as you go to pick her pocket, you suddenly feel a blast of wind hit you as you're pushed back about 30 feet, knocked straight on your ass. However, they see Click approaching with the cape, the half cape on, and the bugbear slightly lowers his guard a bit and looks at you and goes, "Are you one of us?"
And A's voice resonates through Click and goes, "Yes."
"Speak one of the tenants."
And he kind of urges them down so as not to find other ears, and whispers one of the tenants directly into their ear.
Okay. And he stands up from his kneeling position and looks at the rest of his party and just gives a slight nod. You start to see everyone else lower their guard. The female human dispels her spell. The Kalistar still holds on to their heavy crossbow, but just like lowers it down a bit. And the bugbear looks down at you and goes, "So, your charge?"
And he motions directly towards A, and Rashagame's voice comes out and says, "Our charge."
Where's your partner?
He looks back to A and begins signing to her and says that he needed our help. He's hurt.
He was injured in a in way of protecting me as his charge. In the town of behind us, they were attacked by bandits, and he bravely went ahead to stop them and was injured.
Looks over towards you, Click, looks back over at A, and goes, "Well, Gulch always tries to pick the best from the best, so you're in good hands."
Thank you.
Now, I don't want to hold the rest of you all up from whatever you all are doing, but we're Just be careful. We got sent here because we heard of some ogres heading out from the swamp onto the road, and that's why we're here, to try to pick off as many as we can and head on home.
I'm gonna jump out from behind Restrana and be like, "Let's go fucking get him!"
The bugbear just jumps out and goes, "By Madonna's tongue!" Jeez.
Hearing all this, I'm gonna go to the shadows too. Just be like, oh, okay, cool, we're cool now.
The female human, without breaking a beat, deadpan goes, "I knew they were there the whole time."
Yes, I know, little
Put
one.
your weapon down.
I know you knew.
I don't have my
Little
weapons
one.
up.
Talking to Restrana, the human mage just goes, "Put your weapon down."
No. But listen, the weapon is behind my back, okay? But I know, little
Talking
one,
about
that
her
you
dick.
know that the Shados was behind me the whole time. But would they listen to you? No. Just remember that. I'm gonna like slowly slide
I
away.
feel like I'm gonna get in the middle of that and just be like, what the fuck is going on?
The human
Start the riot.
the human female looks over at the Kalstar and just goes, "These people are very weird." And the Kalstar doesn't even say anything, just is like,
Click is going to look over towards A and make the letter and brush up against her side again and begin to sign furiously to her, saying, "Waeldstone requests family assistance."
There was a letter that got intercepted by these bandits. Waeldstone has been trying to send out for aid from the family for a while now.
well, that's certainly a shame. I don't know. I mean, without the proper contract delivered to the branch, there's nothing we can really do about it. There's this whole process we have to undergo to ensure that we stick true to our word. He knows about it. He's dealt in it.
Click sadly nods his head and then makes a flourish of his hands that A can recognize as a couple of curse words. So,
Is there any way for us to expedite that?
Well, if you can get a contract written by the mayor of Waeldstone and be sure that it is delivered to the closest branch, would be over in Varain. It's a couple days out from here. Then we can get some people sent out to protect the town. But until that happens, there's nothing we can really do. We operate on a contract by contract business, and that contract is our law.
It's too long.
Is it the bugbear talking?
Yes.
Real quick, big one. Or should I say other big one? It's nice to look at someone eye to eye. I would like to point out I still am holding the hilt of my axe behind my back. Why do you not just go and help? I do not understand this whole family concept. This is a good town, devoted to living in a kind way. Why do you not just go and help?
Well, I could tell you, but it's a very long history lesson into our order, but I'll keep it short, because, I mean, we don't know when these ogres will get here. But, regardless, contracts are sent out to different branches of our network, where some people call us mercenaries, others call us much unsavory titles.
Do I know historically where
I
they
get
sit
that.
right now?
You've heard rumors that they're not really centrally located anywhere. They just have multiple branches that they operate from. What do you mean?
Like, within the grand scheme of everything.
Oh, they're just mercenaries for hire.
Mm.
We are what's considered to be the only magisterium-sanctioned mercenary group out there.
So then, what is up with the ogres?
Well, a couple folk from Waeldstone, some outlying farmers, had said that their crops were getting eaten, and they heard and smelled ogres late in the night. So they were able to get a letter out to us, and here we are. We're just staking them out. We've been out here for the past 2 days, but I don't think they're gonna show up anytime soon. But that's nothing to concern you all with. That's a matter for, and as he's going to go to finish that sentence, you all hear coming from the forest around you the sounds of snapping trees and trunks being broken and brush being moved. You see multiple birds fly out from the canopies of the forest as out emerges from the outlying forest 2 very grotesque, hideous, bulbous, and flesh-rended ogres.
Your fault, Restrana, you son of a bitch.
Healthy thought, yeah, time to kick ogres in the testicle.
And we are going to roll initiative next session.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Dungeons, Divas, and Delinquents. If you would like to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, be sure to search for us. Special thanks to Randy Zimmerman for composing our theme song. You can find his music as Nothing Specific on Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever else you stream your music. We upload every other Monday, so be sure to give us a follow on iTunes or Spotify, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And while you're at it, think about giving us a good rating and leave a review, and tell us what you think. May the arcane guide you, and the exalted ones light your path.